Over its 9-season run, Ted and the gang encountered many a talented actor. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 How I Met Your Mother guest stars.
I'm really into you. I just can't be with you right now.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're counting down our favorite guest performances from this hit sitcom. However, we're excluding anyone who appeared in more than 4 episodes.
All right, so who's up for a little blackjack before we check in?
Number 10, Rachel Bilson.
So, do you ever date cute idiots?
Almost exclusively.
Before we learned the identity of the titular mother near the end of the show's run, the creators gave fans plenty of red herrings to throw them off the scent. Rachel Bilson played one of these decoy potential mothers, a woman named Cindy who Ted met while working as a professor.
Hey, this is cute.
Actually, it's my roommates.
As it turns out, they weren't exactly a great match. However, Cindy's roommate piqued Ted's interest the more he learned about her, though she never appeared on screen.
This is unbelievable. You just picked out the only 3 things in here that are my roommates.
So does your roommate's band ever
Get
play
out.
shows or?
That roommate turned out to be Ted's future wife, so Cindy's role would be much more important than it initially seemed.
I might have some stuff to figure out.
You might.
Number 9, Laura Prepon.
You pass the salt?
Salt? So bourgeois.
In one of the funniest and most out-of-character guest spots on the show, Laura Prepon appeared several times to play Ted's high school and college girlfriend Karen.
You thought I actually bought tickets to WrestleMania? I was being ironic.
Totally.
Lily and Marshall hate Karen, and it's easy to see why. She is snobby, she is self-centered, and ultimately she treats Ted like total crap.
Oh my God, Karen!
Considering Prepon is perhaps best known for her role as the laid-back Donna on That 70s Show, the contrast between the two characters is all the more satisfying for viewers.
You know, that color palette is a bit derivative of early Van Gogh, don't you think?
Number 8, Katie Holmes.
Do you like it when I caress your hair? Your hair is so nice to caress.
Why is she saying that word?
In an early episode of How I Met Your Mother, we see a flashback to a Halloween party from several years earlier, where Ted meets a girl in what he deems a slutty pumpkin costume, and quickly falls for her.
Come on, wouldn't it be the coolest story ever if the slutty pumpkin turned out to be my future wife?
He loses her number though, and every Halloween since has waited for her to reappear. We finally get to meet this enigmatic woman many seasons later when Hollywood staple Katie Holmes makes an appearance to play the character, whose real name is Naomi.
Why won't he stop snipping my hair? And what's up with the hand holding? It's like he's trying to win a thumb war.
The surprise of seeing such a recognizable face in the role was a pleasant one, but sadly, their relationship doesn't go as well as Ted had long hoped it would.
Goodbye, Ted. Let's just not touch ever again.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Number 7, Enrique Iglesias.
Gael. I'm sorry, Gail? Gael. Kyle?
After Ted and Robin break up at the end of the 2nd season, she decides she needs to get away from the city and takes a vacation to Argentina. When she returns, however, she's not alone.
Hello, Ted. Robin and I are about to make fantastic aquatic sex on this windsurfing board.
And I just want to make sure you're okay with this.
She brings Gael with her, her new boyfriend who the gang deems her rebound guy. Though initially skeptical of him, even Marshall isn't immune to his charms, while his looks and massage skills have the girls swooning.
Lily, we carry so much ancient emotion in our neck and shoulders. Things we should have let go of years ago.
I forgive you, Mom.
However, his and Robin's differences in personality eventually come to a head, leading to their breakup. That said, we won't be forgetting Iglesias' performance anytime soon.
Hello?
Hey, good news! I met some new traveling friends today, and they will be staying with us, how do you say, indefinitely.
Good day!
Number 6, Jennifer Lopez.
Why not just say you have a kid?
You'd be surprised how many jerks there are out there.
That's why the book says never sleep with a guy on the first date.
Totally.
Or the second date.
Of course.
Or the third date.
Well.
Or the fourth date.
Well, just tell me how many dates.
17.
When J-Lo came to the set of How I Met Your Mother, it seemed like Barney had finally met his match. Lopez plays Anita Appleby, a woman Robin interviews about her book, Of Course You're Still Single. Take a look at yourself, you dumb slut.
I'll summarize it in one word, Robin. And that word is no.
Barney is intrigued by this relationship expert and her techniques, and vows to woo her despite her strict dating rules.
This Barney needs to be taught a lesson. You say the word and I will destroy him.
Lopez is hilarious in the role, which is reminiscent of some of the excellent rom-com work she did in the early 2000s.
Maybe you might get lucky after the 12th date.
No.
The 11th date?
No.
5th date?
No.
Tonight?
No.
Tonight before dinner.
No.
Number 5. James Van Der Beek.
Once you win Mr. Teen in Winnipeg, everybody wants a piece of the moneymaker.
Katie Holmes' appearance was certainly memorable, but she wasn't the first Cape Side resident to interact with the gang.
Hey, Simon.
Whoa, look at you. You got old.
James Van Der Beek made his first appearance in the show's 3rd season, where he played Robin's ex-boyfriend from back when she was an up-and-coming teen pop star. And anytime you get a flashback to Robin's life in Canada, you know it's gonna be good.
He smelled like your car, he could ollie on a skateboard, and he had the most amazing collection of Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts.
His character Simon is visiting New York, and Robin is charmed by him despite the rest of the gang not quite understanding his appeal.
Oh, $4 for a brew? What a rip. Good thing I'm packing.
Van Der Beek shines in the role, playing the inexplicably confident burnout to perfection. Number 4. Katy Perry.
My apartment building is so safe. My landlord, he even installed a security camera in my shower.
Oh, honey.
When mega pop star Katy Perry appears on the show, she plays a character referred to as Honey. Of course, that's not actually her real name, but given that the gang only remembers her for her gullibility and naivete, which prompts them to often say to her, "Aw, honey," it's the only name they can remember.
I just had a great TV audition behind the KFC where the executive producer works on the weekends.
She's Zoe's cousin, and her character becomes the object of affection for both Barney and Ted. Though she's only in one episode, Perry's performance is so charming that it's nonetheless memorable. While she isn't exactly known for her acting, she impressed viewers with how convincingly she played the character.
Look at you, you do so great without him. I mean, you have an airline and 3 Nobel Prizes, and you play for the Yankees.
4 Nobel Prizes.
Number 3. Will Forte.
Haley, you are a fat, ugly whore.
Comedy veteran Will Forte appeared on How I Met Your Mother to play Randy, a co-worker of Barney's from Goliath National Bank. His role is one of the most hilarious and cringeworthy on our list, as Randy has some confidence problems when it comes to communicating with women.
What is your favorite thing about koala bears?
Their meat is delicious.
Barney tries to take him on as his new wingman, but unfortunately, Randy isn't quite up to the task.
Yeah, your nose is bleeding like a faucet.
Oh God, this happens every time I get an erection. I am so sorry.
That said, Barney does manage to help him overcome his fear of speaking to women. So, all's well that ends well.
Have a great time, you two.
Number 2. Bryan Cranston.
Nice to meet you.
Isn't it?
Though he may have gotten his start in comedy, Bryan Cranston's made a name for himself with more serious roles in recent years. This makes his stint as Hammond Druthers all the more amusing. He plays Ted's boss at his architecture firm, and his personality is both frightening and absolutely ridiculous.
This isn't just about trees, Ted. This is about life. And sometimes in life, you have to get the trees just right, or you're fired.
Lily decides to impart some of her Aldrin justice on him, which doesn't exactly play out as she imagined. Eventually, Druthers shows his more sensitive side when Ted takes him in during a rough patch in his life. But sadly, their newfound friendship didn't last. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Great.
you two been 2 whole months? He's actually coming to visit family in New York, too. Isn't that great? Tell me something. Do you ask your tailor to leave extra room in the crotch for your huge vagina?
And I'll be there to share my ice cream cone.
Number 1. Britney Spears.
Sir, please don't yell at me. Because when people yell at me, I have a tendency to start crying.
The most memorable guest performance on this show has to go to Britney Spears, who made 2 appearances in the show's 3rd season. Spears' acting may not win any awards, but the character she plays is so funny that no one could possibly mind.
Hi, I stopped for coffee and I thought I'd grab you something.
Oh, wow, thank you. That's so nice. You're like a knight. I should call you Sir Ted.
Abby is a receptionist at Stella's office, who develops a massive crush on Ted. Of course, Barney inevitably takes advantage of her vulnerability.
He seemed so nice, but then he just kept toying with my emotions.
Wow, this Ted guy sounds like a real jerk.
In the end, however, the 2 team up in an attempt to get back at Ted in the most hilarious way possible.
Will you marry me?
Wait, really?
I would never joke about true love.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.